Okay, so I've got the hip, core, and glute strength video. This is the next one. We got 4 exercises, but one of the exercises has like 3 in 1. So we are gonna start with this really amazing pelvic floor and core activator. So I'm using a box. This is what I always use with myself and my clients. It's 12 inches tall. You don't need a box. You can use a chair, you can use a couch. It doesn't need to be 12 inches. It can be anywhere between like probably 8 and probably like 16 inches tall-ish. A coffee table could work. You just need to have it pushed up against something so it's not gonna scoot on you. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna use this, like having your feet up on this thing for the first 2 exercises. We're gonna do a core activator, and then we're gonna do some glute bridges. So I know you have glute bridges in your thing that Carrie gave you, but I do them a little bit differently because I find them a lot more effective. So I'm just gonna talk you through these 2 things. So first thing is this, I call them balloon breaths. And this is a core and pelvic floor activator. So what we're gonna do here, I'm gonna pull my shirt up so you can see. I'm gonna have you take a deep breath. I'm gonna have you make a fist. And what we're gonna do is, this is kind of weird, but I want you to imagine that you're blowing up a balloon. And when you blow up a balloon, you really brace your lower abdominals, and your lower back is going to naturally push into the floor, and your lower abdominals are going to kind of curl up like this just slightly. And I don't know if you can see this here, but your pelvis should curl up slightly. So what it's gonna look like is deep breath. So you're gonna blow into your fist. That's going to give you resistance. That's going to feel like you're blowing up a balloon. And when you do that, it's going to engage your lower abdominals. And what else you're going to do is you're going to take your deep breath, you're going to lift your pelvic floor and brace it up as you blow out. So you're lifting your pelvic floor, engaging your glutes a little bit and engaging your lower abdominals a little bit. And they're all going to be lightly braced as you slowly blow your air out into your fist. And we're going to do 5 of these. So you want to try to make that breath last as long as you can. Then, so we're going to do 5 of those. Then what we're going to do is you're pushing from, as you can see here, you're pushing from your heels, not the middle of your feet, definitely not your toes. You're pushing, your heels are pushed up against the edge of the, whatever it is you've got, chair, couch, box, whatever. And you're going to be pushing from your heels, and we are going to think about tucking your pelvis and rolling up through your spine. And this is going to be a glute bridge, and you've got to make your glutes work. So there's a huge mind to muscle connection with this exercise. You've got to be thinking about your glutes. Your lower back and your quads will likely want to do this exercise for you because they are bossy and stronger. So you've got to really focus your effort in your brain to your glutes. So hands down next to you, you're going to push through your heels, come up, squeeze the glutes. I don't want you pushing up really high and then arching your back. Like, that's not a good plan because that means the work's going to go into your back. So you're just going to come up as high as you can, even if it's just this high, it's totally fine. And then roll back down and reset every single rep. Make sure you reset and push your lower back into the floor on your way up. So I don't want you coming up with I don't want any space here. You want to have your lower back pushed into the floor before you even start pushing up with your glutes. So it should look like this, and we're going to do about 15 of these. So this is the first glute activator exercise. All right. Then we're going to just do this. We're going to go straight up into the air with your feet and your hands. My legs are straight up. And we're going to drop your opposite arm and leg. And then you're going to bring them back up. But what the trick is here is to imagine some resistance when you're bringing them back up. So you're going to blow that air out again, pushing your lower back into the floor while you're doing it. So we're going to do 14 of these. So you should be able to be engaging your pelvic floor and pushing your lower back into the floor at the same time. So it's kind of a lot to remember. This is a lot of core work here. Controlled core work. Then the last thing we're going to do is this little series of 3 things. We're gonna do clams, straight leg raises, and then hip circles all at the same time. Well, like in succession. So we're gonna start with some clams. This is all gonna work your hip muscle right here. So I'm gonna have you lift your feet off the floor just a little bit, and we're gonna keep your heels together. You may have done these before. And we're gonna open up here using this muscle. It's like a hinge, like a door. So main point here is you don't wanna be rocking back on your pelvis like this. You wanna keep your pelvis stacked. It's called stacked, where it just stays perfectly straight. And we're gonna lift with this tiny little hip muscle here. It sounds like you've got some discrepancy in your hips, so one side may be stronger, which is totally likely. My left side is way weaker than my right side. But we're gonna do 10 of these. I'm gonna have you drop this leg, keep it bent, straighten this leg out, and we're gonna do 10 straight leg raises, making sure you're not coming out to the front, because your hip flexor will take over. I want you to almost think about lifting your heel first into the air, heel up. You're gonna do some straight leg raises. We're gonna do 10 of those. And then the last thing is just some little baby backwards hip circles. So you're gonna go back first, around to the front, back, around to the front. We're gonna do 10 of these. Again, trying to maintain your pelvis staying in one spot, not rocking and rolling all over the place. So those are the hip, core, and glute exercises. I want you to try them all out. Let me know how they are. None of this stuff is going to be super exciting right now. We are building a base of strength so that you have got something to build on when things start getting a little bit more challenging. So try them out. Let me know what you think, and we will be in touch.